Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to tell about a story which is called Marvelous Maple Syrup Mystery. Enjoy it! Once upon a time, in the quaint little town of Maplewood, nestled deep in the heart of the forest, there lived a group of friends, Timmy, Lucy, and their dog Max. Maplewood was famous for its tall maple trees that stood proudly, their branches reaching towards the sky like outstretched arms. But what made Maplewood truly special was its delicious maple syrup. Every spring, when the air was crisp and the snow began to melt, the townsfolk would gather around the maple trees to collect the sweet sap. They would then boil it down into thick, golden syrup, filling the air with a mouth-watering aroma that drifted through the town. Timmy, Lucy, and Max loved nothing more than exploring the woods around Maplewood, especially during maple syrup season. They would wander through the forest, laughing and playing, their pockets filled with maple candies and their bellies full of syrup-soaked pancakes. One bright and sunny morning, as they were frolicking among the trees, they stumbled upon something strange. A trail of sticky syrup led them deeper into the forest, winding its way around the trunks of the maple trees. Where do you think this syrup is coming from? Lucy wondered, her eyes wide with curiosity. I don't know, but let's follow it and find out. Timmy exclaimed, his adventurous spirit lighting up his face. Max barked excitedly, wagging his tail as he bounded ahead, following the trail with his nose to the ground. The friends hurried after him, their hearts pounding with excitement. The syrup trail led them deeper and deeper into the forest, until they came upon a clearing where a small cabin stood nestled among the trees. Smoke billowed from the chimney, and the sweet smell of maple syrup filled the air. Look! Someone's making syrup! Timmy exclaimed, pointing towards the cabin. But who? Lucy wondered aloud. As they approached the cabin, they heard a gentle humming coming from inside. Timmy cautiously knocked on the door, and it swung open to reveal a kindly old man stirring a bubbling pot of syrup over a crackling fire. Hello there, young ones. What brings you to my neck of the woods? The old man greeted them with a warm smile. We followed the syrup trail and it led us here, Lucy explained, her eyes sparkling with wonder. Well, you've stumbled upon my humble abode, where I spend my days making the finest maple syrup in all of Maplewood, the old man said proudly. Max wagged his tail and nuzzled against the old man's leg, his nose twitching with the scent of syrup. My name's Mr. Mapleworth, and I've been making syrup for as long as I can remember. But I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem, Mr. Mapleworth confessed, his brow furrowing with concern. What kind of problem? Timmy asked, his curiosity piqued. It seems that someone has been sneaking into my cabin at night and stealing my maple syrup. I just can't seem to catch them in the act, Mr. Mapleworth explained, shaking his head. The friends exchanged worried glances. Who could be stealing Mr. Mapleworth's syrup, and why? We'll help you catch the syrup thief, Mr. Mapleworth. Right, Max? Timmy declared, determination burning in his eyes. Max barked in agreement, his tail wagging furiously. With that, the friends set out to solve the marvelous maple syrup mystery, their hearts filled with excitement and their minds buzzing with anticipation. Little did they know, their adventure was just beginning. The sun dipped low in the sky as Timmy, Lucy, and Max began their investigation. They scoured the forest, searching for clues that might lead them to the syrup thief. As they trudged through the underbrush, Lucy stumbled upon a set of footprints imprinted in the soft earth. Look! Footprints, she exclaimed, pointing to the ground. Timmy crouched down to examine them. They look fresh. Maybe they belong to the syrup thief. With Max leading the way, they followed the footprints deeper into the forest. The trail led them to a hidden cave nestled beneath the roots of a towering maple tree. Could the thief be hiding in there? Lucy whispered, her voice trembling with excitement. There was only one way to find out. Timmy, Lucy, and Max crept towards the cave, their hearts pounding in their chests. With a deep breath, Timmy stepped inside, his friends close behind. The cave was dimly lit, illuminated by flickering torches that cast eerie shadows on the walls. As they ventured further into the darkness, they heard a soft rustling coming from the shadows. "Who's there?" Timmy called out, his voice echoing off the stone walls. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the darkness, their face hidden beneath a cloak of shadows. "It's the syrup thief!" Lucy gasped, her eyes wide with fear. But as the figure drew nearer, they realized it was not a thief at all, but a young girl with a mischievous twinkle in her eye. "I'm sorry for scaring you," the girl said sheepishly, pushing back her hood to reveal a face framed by golden curls. "I'm Lily, and I live here in the cave." Timmy, Lucy, and Max exchanged puzzled glances. "Why are you living in a cave?" Lucy asked, her curiosity getting the better of her. Lily sighed, her shoulders slumping with defeat. "I used to live in Maplewood, but my family fell on hard times. We couldn't afford to pay our rent, so we had to leave our home." "That's terrible," Timmy said sympathetically, his heart going out to the girl. "But what does that have to do with stealing syrup?" Lucy asked, still confused. Lily hung her head in shame. "I didn't mean to steal it. I was just so hungry, and the smell of Mr. Mapleworth's syrup was too tempting to resist." Timmy, Lucy, and Max exchanged a knowing glance. They understood now why Lily had been taking the syrup. "Well, why don't you come back to Maplewood with us?" Timmy suggested, a smile spreading across his face. "I'm sure Mr. Mapleworth would be happy to share his syrup with you." Lily's eyes lit up with hope. "Do you really mean it?" "Of course," Lucy exclaimed, her heart warming at the thought of helping a friend in need. With that, the friends set off towards Maplewood, their spirits lifted by the promise of a happy ending. Little did they know, their adventure was far from over. As they returned to Maplewood, Timmy, Lucy, Max, and Lily were greeted with open arms by the townsfolk. Mr. Mapleworth welcomed Lily into his cabin with a kind smile, offering her a warm meal and a cozy bed to sleep in. "I can't thank you enough for your kindness," Lily said gratefully, tears of joy glistening in her eyes. "It's the least we can do," Timmy replied, his heart swelling with happiness. After all, friends help each other in times of need. With Lily now part of their little group, Timmy, Lucy, and Max continued their adventures in Maplewood, exploring the forest and making memories that would last a lifetime. And as for the marvelous maple syrup mystery, it remained a tale of friendship, kindness, and the sweet taste of maple syrup that brought them all together. From that day forward, Maplewood was filled with laughter and joy, as the townsfolk gathered to celebrate the bonds of friendship that had been forged in the heart of the forest. And so, dear readers, the story of Timmy, Lucy, Max, and Lily comes to a close, but their adventures in Maplewood will live on forever in the memories of those who were lucky enough to witness them. For in the end, it is not the mysteries we solve or the treasures we find that matter most, but the friends we make along the way. And in Maplewood, where the trees stand tall and the syrup flows sweet, there is no shortage of friendship to be found. I hope you enjoy listening to A Marvelous Maple Syrup.